Let's design a custom user interface for our app. From the main apps page, click on your app, then the design menu. This is where we will build our custom user interface. In the left objects column, we have various objects we can place on our app's user interface, including data objects, display objects, and external objects like maps and portals. From the Design sub-menu, we can customize our homepage, user interface for each table, including list views, detail views, the theme settings for our app, and value lists. Let's start by building a custom user interface for our contacts table. In a previous video, we built a database table with 5 fields. This is the default user interface where each field is simply displayed in order. While you can start using your app without any UI design, we are going to customize our user interface with more features. Back to our Developer Design tab, we have a blank canvas. Data Objects uses a grid system comprised of rows and columns to position objects within our user interface. You can edit a column's relative width from 1 to 12 using the inspector in the right column. Now we have a basic grid with 2 rows, 3 columns in the top row and 2 columns in the bottom row. Let's add some input text fields to our layout. To add an object, just click on the object type, then click again on the canvas where you want to place the object. To assign a field to a text object, click on the object and select the field in the inspector. Now we have a basic layout with 2 fields in the top row, center column. Let's return to our app's main page, then click on the endpoint to view our app. While you are building your app, it is helpful to have 2 windows open for the Data Objects developer and your app. Now we can see the 2 text input fields we have added to our app. Let's head back to our Data Objects developer to continue building our app. Now let's add a check radio object to our layout. Select the check radio object and place it in the 3rd column. From the inspector, select a field for this object. Whether user can select single or multiple values. The orientation. And where the values for this object will come from. You can select values from a value list which you have previously created or simply create an inline list of values. Using the pipe keyboard character, you can optionally create name-value pairs where one value is visible and another stored in the database. In our example, we are just going to add 3 values to our list. Let's save our layout and return to our app to see how this looks. Back to our app, we can see our 3 single select values displayed as radio buttons. If we selected multi-select in the developer, these would appear as checkboxes. A powerful feature of Data Objects is the file object. Let's add a file object to our first column. There are 3 different ways to display your file objects: a single image and image gallery, or a list of files. Each file object type has different attributes. We have set the file object we placed in the first column to single image. We have also added a gallery object to the first column in the second row, and a file list object to the second column in the second row. Let's see what this looks like in our app. Here we can see our 3 new file objects. The first is a single image object, followed by a gallery object, and finally a file list object. If you click on an image in the gallery object, you can view a slideshow of your images. Back in the developer, let's add one more object to our layout, a map object. You can generate a map using a full address data field or a series of address data fields. You can also set the map type to a road map or satellite view and set the zoom level. For our map, we are going to link our map to the address fields in our contacts table. Since map objects use an external API, we will need to add an API key for it to function. Data Objects supports a wide variety of external API objects to add functionality to your app. Now we can see the new map object added to our contacts layout. Back to the developer, let's add one more object to our layout, a series of tabs. In the Tab Object Inspector, you can choose from different types of tabs, edit the tabs, and change their order. Tabs allow you to expand your user interface to multiple pages. Now we can see the new tabs at the top of our layout. You can use tabs to expand your app by adding more objects and content. That's it. In just a few minutes, we created a basic database application that can be securely accessed worldwide.